All right, we're here with Jim Nagy, the director of the Reese's Senior Bowl. Jim, first of all, I want to congratulate you on the success of that game. It's really taken off the last couple of years.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're working hard, and we're doing it for the NFL teams. I mean, the main goal is to get good rosters for those guys, and it's fun to see our guys get drafted and all that, and that helps us recruit players for the next year. But, you know, the most rewarding thing is having the guys that come into Indy here and having your buddies from the league tell you, you know, the players they're good rosters and everything. So we're happy about it. We got to keep getting better.
And one of those buddies, of course, Brian Flores, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. You worked with him back with the time in the Patriots. Yep. I just want to get your kind of feeling about how happy you are for him and the success he had late this year, winning 5 of the final 9 games of the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're always happy for your friends when you see them do well, and it's no surprise. And I wasn't shy about it last year when they hired Brian. I thought it was a great hire, and so to see how they ended up the year, and then that win in New England to end the year, you know, back against the Patriots where he spent so much time, it was awesome. He's got that thing going in the right direction for sure.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, is there any kind of behind-the-scenes scouting story you can give us about your time with the Patriots and with Brian Flores when you guys were on the road together, anything like that?
We were never on the road together because Brian was a scouting assistant, and I think I was in the Midwest at that time scouting. But no, I just remember a guy that he just worked his tail off, you know, and he was the same guy all the time. And that was a pretty intense building back then, and it probably still is. But to have people like Brian, it made it a great place to work. He's the best.
And as a scout, what's the number one thing that you can accomplish here this week, looking at all these players, going through the media, going through all the poking and prodding on-field drills? What is a scout looking to take away number one this week here in Indy?
I think it helps you check yourself, you know, in a lot of different areas. So whether it's something testing-wise or, you know, the other day everyone made the big deal about Joe Burrow's hand size, and all it is just to make you go back and maybe check yourself. So with Joe's hand size, you go back and you pull up LSU tape of a bad weather game, you know, or 2 bad weather games, see how he controlled the ball and if it looked any different. And that's all you're trying to get at. If a guy runs a slower 40 time than maybe you thought he played, we'll go back to the tape and check your eyes again. Is he, you know, does the speed deficiency show up, or was I good the first time when I graded him? So yeah, it's just kind of a easy way to check yourself.
And as a Michigan alumni, the Dolphins just hired linebackers coach Anthony Campanile to the coaching staff. What can you tell us about Coach Campanile, and also who is the best Michigan prospect here this week in Indy?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not real familiar with Coach, so I can't comment too much on him, but best Michigan prospect, I think they have 11. So I think they have the second most. I think Josh Uche is really good, the linebacker. He was in Mobile for the Senior Bowl. I actually thought after Javon Kinlaw, who was out after 2 days of practice, who was phenomenal for 2 days of practice. But after Javon, I thought Josh Uche probably had the best week of any defensive player. You know, he's not the tallest linebacker. He's only 6'1" and change, but he's got almost 34-inch arms, so he plays long. And he can play off the ball. He showed in Mobile he can cover. I mean, he can run with tight ends and backs, and then most importantly, he can rush the passer. For a guy with that length, he's got really explosive hands. I mean, when he gets his hands on you, you see guys get jolted. So he's got a really nice pass rush game. I think that's going to transition really fast in the pros, and now that teams have seen him cover more like he did in Mobile, he's going to be a really good player for somebody.
Great. Jim Nagy, appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Travis.